Hey guys, I'm Terry.
And I'm Brian.
And today we are out here doing our first big project on the farm.
With that little beast.
Yeah!
So we're pretty excited.
Yep.
We're finally making some progress. We have been swamped with work this year.
And when we had a break, it's been pouring down rain, so it's been a mud pit.
And excuse the wind
noise. As you can see by his Diva supermodel white hair,
oh, yeah,
it's a little windy.
Do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Hope you enjoy that, James.
Yeah. Yeah, James is the Tradesman's Channel thinks that I have supermodel white hair. I tend to agree with him.
I'm the boy with the taxi cab ears.
Yeah.
According to James.
Yeah. He's rude. How rude.
We like his kind of rudeness.
Yes, he is. Yeah. He's pretty funny. But anyway, you're kind of getting the side of my face here. You can't see my hair that well now. Okay.
Anyway, back to reality.
So
we're going to be digging out an embankment today for our water meter.
Yeah, we're finally making progress. We're finally moving forward here and starting to build some things. So anyway, this is our right of way here for the power company, and we're going to have a cable line in here. We got to do YouTube videos, so we got to have cable. And for the internet only, we don't watch any cable stuff. We watch antenna TV. We're kind of old school. We hadn't had cable for close to 20 years now. Yeah. So anyway, there's an embankment out here, and Brian will show you that in a minute. And it goes all the way along the road here, and
it's quite a drop off.
Yeah, this is an old farm area, old road, and they just dug down into the hillside. And so you're gonna go over there. There you go.
As you guys can see.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is eventually, that pole's gotta stay. That's our power pole. And then we went underground from there. Well, eventually, we're gonna have to leave, some support dirt here for that thing, maybe out to here or so. And then eventually, this whole embankment all the way down the road, we're gonna clear back, just like we have here. There's a lot, this field here, we're gonna probably have 50, 60 foot wide all the way down the road.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna take this embankment down and make a nice slope that you'll be able to mow, bush hog, whatever, and maintain easily. And keep our fence way back. We don't want to get right out on the road with it. We're gonna dig down a section. They're gonna have to bore under the road to get our water meter set. And then we'll take it up the property line, the right away here to near where our transformer is.
We're about to get started. We're going to dig this embankment down and make the area for the water meter.
Yeah, and we don't have any teeth on that bucket. I don't know how hard this ground's going to be. We're going to attempt to use that box blade and just...
We got to use the box blade. Come on, it's new.
So if you think we're kind of stupid and don't know what we're doing, you're probably right.
This is the first time using the tractor other than driving it around the circle.
Yeah, and as a teenager, I worked on a pretty big farm and I drove tractors. I chisel plowed, disked, all kind of stuff. But the tractor was always set up. I came in that morning and my foreman, whatever you want to call him, he said, take the big white, go out there and chisel plow that field. I got on and took off. Everything was set up. It was ready to run. I didn't have to do anything to it. Just drive it. He'd bring me gas about noon and I'd drive from sunrise to sunset. Yeah.
Today we got to work.
I used to be a bit of a hot rod in the car and everybody knew me for being a good driver. So one of my buddies that worked there that got me the job told him that. And he said, well, you think you could drive a tractor? I said, I think I can drive anything. So he said, well, here, go bush hog this orchard that they were going to be picking in a few days. And he said, you take the small tractor, I forget what it was, and you bush hog between the rows. And then we're going to have somebody else come in with a big one and go down the length of the, bigger, wider areas. So I said, well, how close do you want me to get to the trees? He said, well, as close as you can get. I thought 3 or 4 inches. So I'm having to swing the back of that tractor back and forth and got that bush hog up under the trees as I went by, and I hit one tree, and I told him, I said, man, you're gonna be mad at me. He said, why is that? I said, I hit a tree and I knocked some of the bark off. He said, well, it's not the end of the world, don't worry about it. And he went out there and looked, and he just kept standing there. I thought he was mad at me or something. I didn't get close enough. He said, what the hell did you do out here? And I said, you told me to get as close as I could. He said, I meant 3 or 4 feet. He said, how did you do that? I said, man, I get next to that tree and let that back end swing over. So anyway, from that day on, all I did was drive tractors for 2 summers, and summertime, sunrise to sunset. Yep. Anyway, let's get to work. Enough of my old stories.
He likes to talk, if you can't tell.
Just a little bit.
So we're going to get to work.
He accuses me of being like that little puppy dog running across the field. He says I got puppy dog syndrome.
He's like, ooh, butterfly, squirrel, cat, pine cone. He's all over the place.
Yeah. Oh, well. We get work done.
Yeah.
So So this is our first time running a box blade out here on this tractor. First time for everything. So anyway, we've got to figure out, you know, you can adjust this top link and tilt that bucket up, put them teeth down in the ground aggressively, tilt it down, the teeth won't even touch the ground, and raise them up. You can raise these teeth up and down. We've got 3 positions we can raise them up and down. This is a compact tractor. A bigger tractor would have 4 positions. 3 is all you really need on this little thing. So we're not 100% sure what we need to do this job. We don't know whether we want to tilt it down. We want to tilt it. If you tilt this up like this, these teeth become more aggressive. They're going down in the ground when you lower it. If you tilt it the other way, this back blade hits the ground, and these are not going to hit the ground near as much. Or if you had them up high, they might not hit the ground at all. So we're just going to have to toy around with it and see what happens, I guess. I'm thinking we want to keep it a little bit aggressive, so I think we can lower it down even without it running and see how it's hitting right now. We're kind of level here. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect world. So let's see what happens here. Actually, I can see that the back blade's going to hit. Those teeth are never going to catch the ground, are they?
Right.
So we're going to adjust the top link. Got to go in. So turn it in that direction.
Counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise if you're looking at it from the back. They got a little tab here. It makes it a little easier to grab. Let me know when it's looking like we're getting a little bit of aggression there.
Okay.
Of course, because we're backing beyond that hill, the back of the blade's going to be up in the air, so we may not need it too aggressive. I'm just not sure. We're going to have to toy with it. And
that's a little above level. That'll work for starters.
Yeah, and I think we'll just give that a try. We're probably going to have to drop these teeth down, but we'll just start out easy. Tractor's only got how many hours? Just a few hours on it, literally.
Yeah, about 5 hours.
Yeah, and that's mostly been driving around the neighborhood showing it off and playing in the yard. But
so
anyway,
this is going to be a learning experience for us.
Yeah, completely. And we don't want to work this thing too hard. It's new and it needs to get broke in, I guess. I don't know. I hadn't read that far into the manual yet. So anyway, let's just give that a shot and see what it does.
Alrighty. Well, if you guys can't tell, it's a little bit of change of scenery, and we're a little warmer than we were. It was about 40 degrees last time, and it's about 78 right now.
Yeah, we were about to start digging, had the tractor sitting over here, backed up, and we're like,
we forgot to call no cuts.
Forgot to call no cuts.
We know that the power, the phone, and cable all go overhead, and we know where our power is. Yeah, water's on the other side of the street. We know where our underground power goes, and we know there's no natural gas out here, but just in case, we had to call no cuts and wait a week and a half for them to get out here and get everybody to spray paint their lines.
Yeah, and then we've had rain and whatnot again, so here we are.
It's finally a nice, warm, dry day. Beautiful out, little windy, and a lot windy actually.
Yes.
But we are going to get to it and hopefully get this hillside dug down so we can get our water main in, and we'll be good to go.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
I say let's get her done.
All right, let's do it.
Yep. So the work we're going to be doing with this box blade mainly is pulling dirt. We want the box level with the tractor so that we bring that down at a nice level, even slope, and slope it up towards our fence over here. I've been watching the Dave Knows How channel, and he talked about how to level the box, take it down close to the ground, have the tractor sitting on a level spot and all this in a video sometime back. Well, just the other day I saw, I think it might have been yesterday, he posted a video that one of his followers on YouTube said, hey Dave, here's an easy way to do that. And I watched what he did on his channel, and I want to share it with you guys because you may not watch his channel. But anyway, come around here and I'll show you, Brian. Basically, this is a fixed bracket on this arm for your box blade for the 3-point hitch. So the distance between that pin and say the top of this bracket or this pin, however you want to look at it, pick a point and measure that point, and then measure it consistently with the other side the way you did here. Basically, the distance from this lever raises this bar up and down. This bar just floats on that pin, and then this pin floats on this bar, and that brings the box up and down. The hydraulics in here raises these little arms up and down, and they move simultaneously and even if everything's functioning properly. So, what you want to do, this one's fixed. You can't change it. You come over here and look, This one's got a turnbuckle on it. You can turn it just like this turnbuckle. You can adjust, and if you turn it, turn it and extend the bolts, this side of the box will drop. If you contract and close these things in, you know, screw it in tighter, then you raise that side of the box up and you angle the box the other way. We want the box level with the tractor. This side, from this pin, I'm going to go to the top of this rounded bracket right here. That is 16 3/4 from the top of that pin to the top of that bracket. So if this box is level, then the distance between this arm and this attachment point should be the same as the one from this arm to that attachment point. If it's not, then we got to do some adjusting. So right there, if you can see to the top, well, it's just a little bit of an angle there. It's almost 17 1/4, 17 3/16. So we have got to raise this side up to shorten the distance between that pin and the top of this bracket, so it equals that one, and that should level the box. So we need to shorten this thing up. I bet I'm gonna have to turn these out of my way because I got to make it shorter, or this nut. That's kind of a nut, just you could set it, if you're changing two settings, you could turn this to a certain point, and then you can raise this up and down, you know, if you were wanting to angle it and then go straight again. So anyway, let's shorten it up some and see what we can do there. I don't know if that's going to be enough. And this has got paint on it and it's never been turned. I bet we don't have a wrench with us, do we?
Oh yeah, there's wrenches in the truck.
In the truck, that's right. Let's see what that did. That might even have done it. What we need to do, I'm going to take these gloves off. It'll be a little easier to work here, and you probably could see a little better. What do you think?
Probably so.
I try to protect my dainty little hands.
Those supermodel hands?
Yes, they go with my supermodel hair. Anyway, so we measured. It was 17, over 17.
Yeah.
16 3/4 over there. We needed to shorten this. It was like an inch. No, it was about a ½ inch difference.
Right, about a ½ inch difference.
½ inch difference. So in that case, if that nut was against there, and I moved it up a 1/4 inch, and I turn this, that's a 1/4 inch here, it's also a 1/4 inch there. That would be a ½ inch. So when you make that measurement, turn that nut half of the distance you need to move it away from this, and you can turn this to it, and it should be pretty darn close. Wouldn't you think?
You would think so.
And we are 16 3/4.
All right.
Beautiful. Let me check this one again just to make sure I wasn't wrong. I always like to double check myself because I made a mistake once or twice in my life.
Yeah, but he just blames me for them most of the time.
16 3/4. That's the way you're supposed to do things. I'm gonna drop this in the toolbox. We need to keep one in here.
All right, you ready to get to it then?
Yeah, and I just want to thank Dave for that little tip, and I don't know who the guy was that told him about it, but thank you too.
Okay, so we're going to give this a shot. The box blade is set level. We've never used a box blade, so we're not exactly sure what's going to happen here. The teeth are at their shortest point, and
Tines.
Yeah, the scarifiers are at their shortest point. And
ooh,
if,
technical
terms there. If you guys have never used these, this might be a learning experience for you. If you are a seasoned box blade user, go ahead and get off the popcorn because this should be entertaining.
And please critique us. Tell us what to do because we ain't real right.
That's it. We're going to have some fun. Let's get to it.
Travis, Ted, that box blade from Everything Attachments, it's everything you said it would be. It's excellent. We really like it. Brian did an awesome job out here. Look at, dug this hole down. How long have we been out here?
I have no idea.
We've been out here a while.
A few
Couple
hours.
Yeah. Considering this is our first project with this blade, basically what this is we wanted this low because eventually we're taking it just like this all the way down this property line, like I said earlier. And anyway, our water meter's got to go in here. We're going to have a well, but we want to have city water as well. Wash the tractor down, use it in the shop, you know, just menial stuff around the house, and then we're going to have a well in addition. If we ever have well problems, well, at least we got city water to fall back on. But we want to drink and use well water for the most part, don't we?
Yeah, definitely.
So anyway, that box blade, it's awesome. And Brian, you did an awesome job.
Thank you. Except for, I did have a little boo-boo. Tractor is very long, and when you're not used to it, when you're used to a skid steer that's really short, and you're turning and backing up, you do have a tendency to catch the fence.
But it didn't hurt it. Luckily, we just buried this thing not too long ago. Unfortunately, we didn't get a video on it. We needed to get it in the ground with some bad weather. We had a break, and we just got it done. We're going to put some more in, and we're going to film that and show you what we did. But anyway, not a big deal. It's loose anyway, and we were going to pull this out when they put the water in, so water meter in, just to make sure it's not in their way, and we're going to pull that post as well. And all this woods is going to get cleared down through here along the road, 60 feet maybe, somewhere in there. And about like this, up to this fence, and maybe another 10 feet or so on the other side of it, so we can mow that as well. And it's going to be nice.
Yep. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it has.
And I think, is that about it then?
I think so.
Well, huh?
There was something. Oh, you know
Oh
what?
yeah, you.
Earlier.
A couple weeks ago when we started this video, he started a story.
Yeah, we were talking about my squirrel syndrome too, weren't we?
Yeah. And this plays into
puppy
it
dog
very
syndrome,
well.
you call it. Well, we were talking about Mr. Bowser, my phys ed teacher, gym teacher in high school. He was still hoeing fields when I started driving tractors. Well, whenever my supervisor went on a few little vacations, those couple of summers that I did that, he would leave me in charge. And I would still drive the tractor, but then I'd run over to the fields wherever they were pruning or trimming or cultivating by hand or weeding, or you go through the grape vineyards and break the growth along near the base off so it doesn't waste energy. Whatever it was, Mr. Bowser was always out there. And I'd always kind of give him a hard time and tell him to get to work when he tried to talk. And he's like, you know, school's coming up. I'm like, yeah, but we'll worry about that when school gets here. Right now, I'm your boss. Get to work. So I was hard on the old man. It was kind of fun. And he never did give me a hard time in gym class, but I did give him a hard time on that orchard. He would just shake his head and go to work like, boy, you don't know who you're messing with. But he never got me back. So it was all in fun. But I just thought I'd go ahead and share that. Some good times.
And he wonders where I get my orneriness from.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. But
we're practical jokers. We like to
you got to have fun. My philosophy on life is you can't take it too seriously because you never get out alive.
This is
so
true.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
But we've definitely had fun digging this ditch down, and we hope you guys have enjoyed this video.
Yeah.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button if you want to get notifications when we post new videos. Give us that big old thumbs up because we got this Kubota tractor out here and this Everything Attachments box blade working it, and did a phenomenal job. Thank you guys for building such a great unit.
Got to say something else. We moved more dirt than this. At the entrance to this property, originally there was an old driveway. They filled it in with one of those 4-foot tall, 20-foot wide piles of gravel and dirt to keep people from coming in here. We moved that with shovels and mattocks, and there was trees growing in it and roots. It took us 3 or 4 days of hard, back-breaking labor.
We
if we'd
really
have had this
wish we'd have
box
had
blade
this.
and this tractor and this bucket, we'd have done it in a couple hours.
It's just
And what we did here, I got the shovel out. When you watched during the time lapse, you saw me scooping away with the shovel early on. Now the second time I did it up near the pole, because you couldn't really get close to that very well with the tractor. But when I was digging, I was just showing you how much work that was going to be. Me
scraping away.
And he comes up there and drops that box one time, and what I can do in 30 minutes or an hour, he does it in one scrape. So
it's really handy. Again, give us that big thumbs up for a like because we're making this happen finally. And be sure to comment, check back, and share with your friends. We got a whole lot
If you ever see this ugly
coming.
mug, do that to his cheer.
Ow!
He don't like that.
No, I don't. I do not like that at all.
No.
All righty.
Have a good one, guys.
See you.